Hey guys, what's up? My name is Crystal and I'd like to share. So we're going to jump right into it. Today we're going to be talking about recognizing the signs and trusting the signs. And what I mean by that is like if you're on any type of journey in life, right? And you're like going for your dreams or you're starting like a new venture or you're just going down a path in life that may be new to you, or maybe you're considering like a new boyfriend or girlfriend and you're not really too sure about them or whatever, right? And but a lot of times like God, the universe, our angels, our guardian angels are trying to like send us like signs to answer like our questions and like point us like in the right direction. And a lot of times like we question those signs, and we doubt those signs. So what I want to do is share a story with you guys today where I received like a sign and it just answered like all the questions that I was having at that exact moment within my life. And it just re-clarified to me that, Crystal, you are where you are supposed to be in life. This is your path and no one's going to take it from you because it was destined. It was always destined for you to be on like this path, right? So, all right, so let me get started with like this story. So, I'd like to share. I like to share is a storytelling platform, right? And what I do here is I share stories with you guys from like my personal life where I give you like nuggets of wisdom or just share with you like different things that like I've been through in my life that may give you like a different perspective on some things or just like help you out in like your life. As I grow, you'll notice that I'll bring like other people on to do the same thing. But it's primarily like a storytelling platform. And we share, and I share like opinions about like different things that are like going on in the community alongside so many of you, right? So this is what I'd like to share is this platform. So over the past couple of months, I have been thinking about the art of storytelling. And what I mean by that is like what goes into it, like the structure of it. What is storytelling and how do you tell a good story, right? From beginning to end. This is something that I'm always thinking about, right? So, the story that I'm about to share with you, again, this is a real story and it is something that just like happened like within like the last 2 weeks or so. Like it hasn't even been like a month yet, right? So I wake up one Sunday morning and it's like 5 o'clock in the morning, and I wake up and the first thing that I'm thinking about is storytelling. And I'm thinking about all these things that I've been thinking about over the course of the last couple of months. And that's telling a good story. How do you tell a good story? What to include, what to omit, and things of that nature. So as I'm thinking about this, right, I I have like this thought about this woman that I dated like in my 20s. And it was just like this random like thought, like I just thought about her, right? And the thing is that like when I first started having like these thoughts about like storytelling, this has been going on since like the beginning of like the year 2026, right? I thought about her like then, and so like it was just like a thought. And sometimes like people from like my past, I think about them if they pop into like my mind, and I'll probably like look them up on like social media or something. And that was just like the same thing with her. I was like, oh, let me like see what's up with her or whatever. And so I looked her up on Facebook because I knew she had like a Facebook page, and I couldn't like find her. So I didn't think anything of it. Like I was just like, all right. So, but this Sunday, I thought about her again. Like, I was like, wow, like that's like the second time that like I thought about her, like, within like a short time span, because it's been like a while, since like the last time that like I actually like spoke to her was 2012. And before that, like when we dated, it was like in the early like 2000s, you know what I'm saying? So it was like, why am I like think, why am I like thinking about her like this? So it's 5 o'clock in the morning. So I decided to look her up again, right? But this time I didn't like go to like Facebook or whatever. I was like, I'm gonna do like a Google search and see if she has like an Instagram or something, or like just see what pops up on her. And when I type in like her name, her picture pops up and like her name pops up, and I see the word obituary, and I was like I'm like shocked, right? Because this went from just searching someone up to see how they're doing, see where they're at, to seeing like an obituary. So I'm like shocked. I'm like in disbelief, and I'm like shaking because it was like startling, you know what I'm saying? Just how this shifted like so quickly, right? So what's throwing me off is like the picture, like it's her, right? But I don't like, so this woman, right, that I dated, I always knew her to be like a small woman. She was like a size 0. And she was like, yeah, she was like small like that. And so I'm looking at this picture and I'm like, I don't like, it's her, but I was like, I don't remember her like this. Like she was visibly like a little bit heavier, like in the face. And I was like, this looks like it may be like an old picture or something, because I knew that she like had kids too. So I was like, maybe this is like a picture of her from like when she was like pregnant or something. And so I have not clicked on the link yet because I'm still like startled by like what I'm seeing. And I see like her full name like on like this link, and I'm like, what is this? And I keep looking at this word obituary, and I'm like still shaking, like I'm just like in shock, right? So I click on the link, and there's that picture again, there's her name. I recognize the birth date, I see the passing date, and I'm just like in total like shock, like I'm like rejecting like what I'm seeing. And I'm like thinking to myself, like, why are they like, who's like utilizing her picture and her name, and like what is happening? Like I'm just totally rejecting what I'm seeing, right? So then like I see like the obituary, and it's very small. It doesn't really like say anything. It just basically says like her birthday. I remembered her birthday, and it had like her passing date. And then it was like family and friends will can meet at like her mom's house, like after like the funeral or something like that. And when I saw that, I immediately like recognized like her mom's name, and so it's starting to set in a little bit, but I'm still like rejecting like this information. And so then like I immediately like start doing like some Google searches, and I'm like, did somebody do something to her? Like what's happening? Like she was relatively like young, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm only like 3 years older than her, right? So I'm like doing like these Google searches, and I don't see anything coming up. I don't see like any type of like foul play or anything. Like I'm just like all over the place. I'm like, what in the world is like going on here? So then I came across some things, with like her family and stuff. And then I was like, yeah, okay, this is real, right? This is real. Like she has like passed. And so I'm like, I'm still shaken, because I'm like, wow, like this quickly like turned like just very tragic, like within like seconds. It was like it went from just searching someone up just to see how they're doing and just to see where they're at and probably reach out and say what's up or how you doing, to find it like an obituary. So I'm like very like shaken, because like even though this was a relationship that I was in so long ago, this was like my first like romantic like relationship where I like I lived with like someone. So like we lived together for, I want to say I think it was like maybe like 2.5 years. If not that, it was definitely like 2 years. So this was like someone that like I spent time with, and we started out life together. So there were like a lot of like life lessons that were learned with her. And so for me, she was just like one of those people that that I would always remember, just because of the impact that she made in my life. Like she's part of like my history. So like I'm shocked, and it's really starting to set in like, oh my God, like she has passed. So I'm still like trying to like find like out information like what happened. I keep doing like these Google searches, and I keep like refreshing like my screen to see like what comes up. And within each Google search, a Pinterest account keeps coming up with like her name every time like I refresh and I do like a different like search on her, right? But what's happening is that the name that's showing up is like a short abbreviation for like her actual name, that is common for like her name, and a lot of people utilize it. But the thing is, I had never known her to utilize like that as like her an abbreviation for her first name. So the last name matches and everything. And so I keep staring at like this Pinterest account. I haven't like clicked on the link or anything. But you know how like you could do like a search for something, right? And then like all these links come up. And then you have like a small like window where you can kind of like see what's like on the inside of like that link, like what that link talks about, the body of it, just like short information. And I see something that says like, you don't have to give them 4, just give them 2 plus 2. And it's referencing something to storytelling. So I'm like, this is like interesting. So, and I can't take my eyes off of like this Pinterest account. So I'm like, okay, let me like just click on like this account just to like see what like this is, right? And so I click on the account, and before like I click on like any of the boards or like the pins on the Pinterest account, I'm just still staring at like this name, like the username on the account, because I'm like, I've never known her to like go by like this abbreviation of like her first name. So then like finally like I look at like the boards and the pins on like this account, and they're not that many, but immediately I'm drawn to like one, and it is her full name on like this board. And not only is it her full name, but she included her father's last name, right? And I'm like, this is like her like account, right? So I click on the board with like her full name on it, guys. And guys, when I clicked on it, it was an entire board dedicated to storytelling. And it had everything listed that I was like asking myself about when it came to like storytelling. It was like the 22 rules from like Pixar, like storytelling. And I was like, oh my God, like it was like so wild and crazy. And then it was like 2 other like pins on like her account, and they were all like, well, no. It was like 2 other pins dedicated to storytelling, and then like the other two were like recipes or something like that. But there were pins there which were referencing everything that I was thinking about with regards to storytelling, and everything that I had been questioning myself about with regard to storytelling, how to tell a good story, what to omit, when you begin oversharing. It was all there, and it was her account. And I was like, oh my God, like it was just like, it was like this moment which was still very tragic. It was kind of like, it was like I felt like it was a gift to her, and I don't need a gift to me. It was a gift to me, and it wasn't necessarily even her saying goodbye, but it was her saying, Crystal, I'm not here anymore, and I just wanted to let you know that. But I see where you're going in life, and you are on the right path, and here's like a gift to you to help you along your way, and you're going to be like just fine. And I'm rooting for you, and I'm rooting for you from the other side. And that's like how I took it. It was like this moment that started out very tragic and very sad. It was it turned into like something just so much more, and it was like a sign. It was just like a sign. I consider it to be like a sign from God, a sign from like the universe. And even like her, speaking to me, I don't know if she serves as some form of like a guardian angel to me now, or someone who would just like, almost like a guide of some sort that's going to like walk with me on this journey. I don't know, but I definitely took this as a sign, because guys, when I tell you that I have been like really just going round and round about storytelling and the art of it and perfecting it, this is something that I have been thinking about very seriously for the last couple of months. And to find it in this way, it was just crazy how it happened. And the part, there was like a pin, one of the pins said, you don't have to give them 4, just give them 2 plus 2. That was very profound to me, because my last video, the last video that I did, it was on age gap relationships, and I was talking about a relationship that I was in with a guy that I dated, also in my 20s, also in my 20s, but when I dated him, he was very much older than me, and I was talking about the beauty and the complexity in these type relationships. And I remember after I completed that video and I uploaded it, I was like, man, like I should have told them more about who he was like as a person, because the only thing I really said is that within this video, I was like, oh, we had a beautiful relationship and we laughed and we joked all the time. And I really didn't go into any detail after that. And I remember I beat myself up after I uploaded that video, because I was like, man, like I should have like told more about, the similarities. Like we were both like into like cars, we just had so many different similarities. We were both foodies, into food. We were foodies, and it was just so many like cool things, just interests that we had. And I remember I was beating myself up about it. I was like, man, like I should have like, filled in like the blanks a little bit more. And then when I saw that little part right there, it was like, you don't have to give them 4, just give them 2 plus 2, and let curiosity set in, and let them fill in the blanks with the information that you like gave them. You don't have to give them everything, Crystal. Just give them enough to keep the story moving. And it was just like, guys, it was just so crazy how like that everything that I had been stressing about as it relates to storytelling she left it behind, and like these pins that were created like 10 years earlier. And yeah, it was just like, and when I saw all of that, it was just like a sign to me that, Crystal, you're on the right path. And with every video, with every story that you tell, you're going to do just fine. And you're going to build upon this craft with each story that you tell. Just keep going with it. Just keep telling your story, and in time, you will perfect all things. And so, that's why I told this video, this story, guys. It's because so many of you, you're on like maybe a similar path to mine, where you're starting something new, or you've been receiving signs about something, where there's somebody that you're considering dating, or a dream that you're thinking about starting, new venture, whatever it may be. And you may have doubts sometimes about whether or not you're taking the right steps, or whether or not you're going down the right path. And when you see those signs presented to you in like life, trust those signs. Don't ignore those signs. And if I had not clicked on that Pinterest account, I would probably still be sitting here going round and round about like this problem here. And it was just like, I felt like that was just like the divine, and just like my angels, and just like the universe utilizing her to say, Crystal, you're good. Like you're good. Like just keep going. You're good. And even with her, I just really took it as, and again, I don't like to utilize like the word like goodbye. I think it was more like, because like I was like shaking, like I was very like, even though it was somebody that like I dated so long ago, it was still just very shocking. It was just very shocking. And it was just kind of like, Crystal, this is like the situation, but it's like, okay, like I'm okay, and you're gonna be okay. And so but yeah, guys, that's what happened. And I have to be honest, like I'm still like in a state of shock by the whole thing, because this, there are just some people that you don't forget in life, just because of the impact that they had, and I would never, I say this was one of like my better relationships. I would never say that. But she was definitely someone that that just left a positive impact, regardless of whatever negatives that we experienced like in our relationship together. It was a relationship where I just learned a lot about life, because we met so early on in life, so this is just, just acknowledging the importance of just someone that had an imprint. I think she is someone that will always have like a place within like my heart, just because of the significance and the the role that she played in like my history. And I'm thankful for like this information that she left behind to me. And and like I said, I'm still shocked, but I think that something that was very just tragic just quickly turned into, like a bittersweet moment, just by the way it just kind of like evolved so quickly, but that was my story, guys. That's what I wanted to share with you guys. Just trust the signs. Whatever, if someone is pointing you, if the signs are pointing you to a certain guy or a certain girl or a certain business opportunity or a certain venture, or pointing you to retire from your career, you know, and start something new, whatever it is, you know, just trust the signs and have like belief that those signs are leading you in the right direction. And for me, you know, I had been, you know, again, I had been thinking about storytelling, and I received everything that I needed to receive, like within like that Pinterest account, and in those pins, and in that storyboard. So it was definitely a bittersweet moment, and you know, I'm thankful to her for like those nuggets and those gems of information that she left behind. And you know, at the time, and unbeknownst to her, you know, I don't even think that she knew that that's what that would turn into, you know, for me. But it was definitely a bittersweet moment. But so that was my story, guys. Trust the signs. So with that, like, comment, and subscribe. Share this video, and I will see you in the next.